So here we go. It is Sydney going to the left of screen, the Tigers. Plenty of gold and black in the crowd here this afternoon, going to the right. No one able to get that out. Eventually it does. It swings high towards half forward. O'Loughlin is waiting down. He gives it across to Derek Kickett. He is almost legged. The umpire calls play on back to O'Loughlin again. Suddenly they go down towards half forward. That was through Chapman. Fisted clear, but good defensive work by Gasper. Got the hand pass away. Look at Paul Kelly working hard as usual. Back to O'Loughlin. Gets another one across to Lockett. Lockett wants to give it off. He does so eventually. In towards Maxfield. Maxfield snaps in towards goal, and the Sydney Swans are away.
Well, what a dream start for Maxfield, but what I was impressed about was Lockett's present on the forward line. None of those Richmond defenders wanted to go near him. Gasper a little slow. He's his immediate opponent getting to where the action is. There's Gasper running behind. Lockett led. Now Gasper makes the effort, but as I said, not very interested at all, and a pretty easy goal for the Swans to start off with.
So, flying start for the Sydney Swans. Stewie Maxfield against his old club. Back in the middle. One down by Charles this time. Miranda out of midair. It bounces down towards centre half forward. Loose ball opportunity for Rogers. Across to Daffy. 60 metres out. Heads for home. Good looking kick. Slightly askew and off hands, and through it goes. In fact, it's gone out of bounds. Wide of the mark there. So a boundary throw in alongside the behind post. Good day for footy. Gale and Stafford. Gale in front. Stafford reaches over the top. Pushed towards the boundary line by Seymour, and again it crosses.
Sorry to cut across you then, Dennis, but that was interesting what Gale did then in front. He hit the ball to his brother. Normally he brings it over the back. Notice how there's a big space, but then again Roos is there, so obviously they've done their homework, the Swans.
Gale again in front. Flicks it down towards Chris Naish, and Naish answers for the Tigers.
Well, they're working something a little different, aren't they? I didn't think of that option. And that was exceptionally well done. Watch this by Gale. He's normally a right-handed palmer of the ball. Look, flicks it down. It was actually bad play on the Sydney Swans by the ruckman Stafford, number 1. Not really going with Gale. And also by number 18, that was Scott Doreen. Really not going tight enough with Naish, which led to the ball.
Stafford back in the middle. There he is, with scores level here at Waverley in the opening couple of minutes. Out of the middle, no one able to take it cleanly. Stafford to use the body. Huskus is there, or some solid work there by Troy Luff. Creates a path for Huskus, who kicks down towards Kelly. Look at him go, getting past Jamie Tape. Kelly on all fours, he picks himself up again. He gets caught on the 50-metre line. A cry of ball. Tape applies the tackle once again, and this time the cry of ball against Peter Palandia is heard. Jamie Tape from half-back kicks back towards centre wing. That was back towards Richardson. He was unable to take it. Bond doing the work from behind. Palandia again was taken high, and he'll get a free kick.
It's good to see him back in the side. He really didn't get his opportunity at Essendon. Has been out with an injury last year, but he's a real little gun player. He really does put himself in, Peter Palandia.
He's at right half forward. Centering kick, not a particularly good one. Falls in short. Kellaway under pressure. Away comes Charles through midfield. Vacant centre half forward position. Roos gets across, sensing the danger. The hand pass good. Luff kept it alive and going his way. Dyson the fumble. As a result, they've got a problem. Holland dragged down. Stafford stood up in the tackle, then lost it. Daffy applied a tackle on Luff. Back comes Daffy looking for Nation. Goes Stafford. Holland a chance to Daffy. Daffy 40 metres out. Settles. Kicks to the square. And he was collected, and may have been lucky that he slipped. Dunkley has got company, and this is what, a semi-melee.
Be careful.
This is a simmering melee, Don.
It should be thrown out. I don't know why they ever brought this melee thing in. Like, if your man goes down like this, you go over and you remonstrate. I mean...
Well, it was hardly melee. So we've got this kick from Richardson directly in front. This for the lead, and he gets it. And as I said, Don, I'm not sure the slip, although it came at a bad time trying to mark the ball, didn't maybe save him a little there. Dunkley was bearing down.
Well, he was committed, Dennis, wasn't he, Dunkley? And he was committed, and he did what any defender in that situation would do. But what's impressive about this Richmond build-up is their tackling to cause the turnover. It was really quite exceptional. They just kept out at their forwards, and finally, that's young Holland, who really has got a great football brain. And Dunkley there, committed. He had to go for it.
So the Tigers get their second through Matthew Richardson. He's got 14 for the season. They started out of the blocks with great ferociousness against Brisbane. This time it is Kelly for Sydney. Pushes it wide. Rogers will be first to it though for the Tigers, all on his own. Broderick says swing around and have a look down to half forward. He does towards Benny Gale. It bounces off like rubber. Doreen in towards the middle.
Oh, that's courage.
Maxfield backs into the pack. From the centre. Pokes it high towards Tony Lockett. Couldn't take it, was hassled, but it's Kelly who picks it up. His kick doesn't come far enough to the right. And the one behind goes on the board.
Good running by Kelly, who was involved in play up at around midfield. Was run with the flight of the play. And then roved it well from Lockett.
Former Swan, Darren Gaspar, to bring it in. Short to the pocket. And here's Tate. Hard against the line. Inside up by 5 points. Jamie Tate goes for distance this time towards the outer side wing. Stafford, did he interfere? Yes, he did. Advantage is paid. The moment is gone. Stafford pleads his case, but the ball speeds downfield. Broderick gets it across to Bond, who's forward of the wing. Probing kick, looking for Holland. Great grab in front. That was terrific.
He's a great player, isn't he?
I don't know about great, Don.
Well, he is. He will be. Let me tell you, he will be.
He will be. That's fine. I just thought you may have been overstating it early. What's this, his second game?
I'm trying to build a fellow up, and you're bringing him down.
No, I'm not. I'm just being a little guarded. We don't want that burden on him, that's all. Do we?
Oh, I've seen him a couple of times. This kid really is good.
Here's Holland. Saw him for the first time in the Lightning Premiership. From 45 metres out, he kicks. And misses. Close.
But then again, as chairman of selectors of Western Australia, you'd know.
Oh, getting narky as we take a look at the Swans bench. Glad you didn't get a vote. Doreen to kick it in. Gets his warning. And pinpoints the ball. Well done. This is Cresswell.
Gets it away quickly towards Shannon Grant, who drifts it in towards the centre. Now they've got a chance here with Maxfield running loose on the left wing. They remember at Punt Road, Maxfield floats it high, but ill-directed, and Gasper drops back to take the timely mark. Out he goes to the outer side. Charles is there. Always pretty animated. Gives it away to Prescott. Prescott in towards Bond. Bond can go. Look out, they're coming from the side. They're coming from all directions now, and he loses it to Troy Luff. Luff to Lockett is good. Couldn't hold it, or not paid. Now he's got to beat a couple. Tape over the top. Gasper soccers off the ground. Back towards centre wing. Straight to Adam Huskis. Does it nicely on 50. Huskis heads in towards goal, but again he fires blindly, and Charles takes the mark. Steadies it down to Wayne Campbell. Brought up his century last week. With Wayne Campbell up in Sydney, his 100th game, finds Benny Gale on the outer side. To Broderick, sneaking away from Creswell. Pops one over the top. The Tigers having the players running down the ground, or do they? Naish paddles it forward. That was clever. Here's an opportunity for Richardson. Centering kick. He's got Rogers smack bang in front, some 50 metres out.
They are really playing confident football, aren't they, Richmond? Cognitive errors down the other end of the ground. I couldn't believe it was AFL football, the way they were running at it, half pace, some of the guys, and the turnovers. But then it was Charles who got that mark from Huskis. Quickly around the outer side went Richmond, and good play by Richardson to find Rogers.
He's going to be kicking from just on 50. Going for distance. just snuck that in? No, one behind. Pulling it slightly to the left. But the Tigers move to 2-2, leading by 7 points over Sydney.
Got to say, too, a very good crowd today. Doreen chances his arm, gets away, kicks it out towards left half back. Just on the ground is Nix. Takes the mark, he's away, running towards the wing, centres it. Awkward half volley for Chapman, couldn't control it. Dyson left it behind. As a result, Tape a chance, legs taken from under him. He'll get the free kick.
And Husek is the one who's gone off, and obviously he's going to get a little bit of a talking to from Rodney Eade after that kick.
Tape inside the 50. Good mark by Daffy. Hit the ball hard, spins around, goes towards the pocket, and Bond, who good at 4 goals last week in that fine performance against the Brisbane Bears. Not normally a goal kicker, but suddenly, in this part of his career, bobbing up on the forward line and looking dangerous. And Daffy spotting him well.
Bad marking by Sydney to allow him to go down there. You've got to play offensive and defensive football nowadays, and you've got to be aware of your opponents.
Bond gets the goal. Chris Bond, his first.
Tigers stretching the lead to some 13 points. Chapman gets a kick around the body down towards the 50 for Sydney, who'd dearly like the next goal. They got the opportunity, but it's beautifully tackled. Down goes Gray.
He's a terrier, isn't he, Sandy? That's Duncan Callaway.
Plays on quickly, giving it across to Wayne Campbell, a prolific possession winner. Towards Richardson on centre wing. Couldn't quite hold it. Luff comes through, gives it away towards Chapman, floats it across half forward a little too far. Stafford high in the air but claimed by Campbell. Ball spills to ground towards Rogers. He's set upon. Sydney under real pressure here in the opening minutes at Waverley. Kicked just the 1 goal to date. Creswell's at the bottom of the pack, can't get it out. Another bounce. Rogers picks himself up, had a shot for goal earlier but missed. Sydney through Stafford. They're down towards the 50 once again. O'Loughlin. A chip is going to be good. They've got an opportunity here for Landia into the open goal. And he misses. One behind to Peter Palandia. And an opportunity going begging. 1-2. Plays 3-2 with some 10 3/4 minutes remaining in the first quarter.
Well, we're always wise in hindsight, but really he should have stopped. In that situation, you stop, you're well within kicking distance, and at least make sure of it.
Broderick, the short one in. O'Loughlin almost marked it. Huskus, 45 metres out, lays it off. This is Chapman, quickly onto the boot. They get the goal in any case. No. Was it touched? It must have been touched. Off the boot, wasn't it? I'd like to see that again.
Chris Naish was very quick to put his hand up to the umpire.
Well, he did well to get there because Chapman initially was metres in the clear. What's this? Oh, well done. He did arrive quickly. To all intents and purposes, that was through. Campbell goes for distance towards the outer side wing, waiting behind Nix on his chest, plays on immediately to Derek Kickett, forward of the wing. He centres the ball. O'Loughlin has to wait, fisted away by Tape. Well done. Down in front, Burke, confronted by Philandia. Burke comes again, dragged him down. Charles did nicely, slips the hand pass away and releases Bauer around the outer side. He boots it down towards left half forward. Stretching out there is Bond. Boundary line too close, can't keep it in, and it will be thrown in. Talking about the crowd before, a good one this afternoon. Going back to last Sunday, Essendon versus the West Coast Eagles on this ground, just over 20,000. And that was 500 up on the previous day, North Melbourne and Hawthorn. So Richmond again with a big following. And I think a lot of people, a bit like Don Scott, not quite sure about Sydney. So they're getting a chance this afternoon to prove themselves. The 215s, Charles and Stafford. Charles in front. It fell in front. Cresswell dragged off it. Campbell hurriedly. Richardson slips away from Luff close to the boundary line. Keeps it in. No, he doesn't. So boundary throw in on the outer side.
One goal to Matty Richardson today. Out of Richmond's 3 goals, 2. Kelly again at the bottom of the pack. Rogers picks it up. Creswell is there. Broderick gets the hand pass away. Here's a chance for Campbell to go back to Broderick. He's very close to the boundary line. Kick is well smothered. There's 3 Sydney Swans players there to do the job, and Benny Gale won't get to that one in time.
That was unbelievable by Broderick, Sandy, because he's normally a left foot kick. He's hard on the left foot boundary there. Why didn't he just bring it back? But he's turned back onto his non-preferred foot, the right foot, and tried to centre it. Now maybe he's got an injury, but that's unexplainable what happened then.
Throw in on the outer side with Stafford and also Gale. Kelly, another little chip, but this time straight to Ashley Prescott. Plays on towards Tape. Philandia after him, close to the boundary line. Tape again. Philandia again as well. And
a good decision, that one.
Free kick, yes, going the way of Philandia.
The umpire signalled the push in the back, but it's a bit difficult to tell from over here. He's obviously a lot closer than we are.
Well, that's an easy way out, John.
The voice of John Russo, and good to have you with us, John. We look forward to your interpretation throughout the afternoon as Grant chips to Lockett.
Well, it's good to have somebody wise to my right.
Dennis, it's interesting, in case the Sydney viewers aren't aware of it, the reason the umpire's blown time on there is because Lockett has actually opened the goals up a substantial amount. So the Hayden Kennedy's blown time on and brought him around to his correct line of kick before he's allowing him to play the ball.
Well, you don't blame him for having a go, do you, John?
No, I would have tried the same thing.
So here we go, Lockett for his first for the day and his 14th for the season. Starting it right, it stays right. One behind. 1-4 plays 3-2. Michael Gale has been asked to kick it back into play. He goes long to the outer side. Big pack of players there. Bauer and Bond will see it over the line with Prescott. Charles and Gray. Some interesting aerial work on that occasion. And over the line once more with Brad Seymour for another throw in, still on the outer side between half forward and centre wing.
Interesting, Don, with the kick-ins so far. Richmond abandoning the short ones and going for distance.
Actually, I was thinking the same thing, Dennis. Like Robert Walls invented the huddle, yet they weren't in a huddle then. They were just running anywhere and everywhere, Richmond, on that kick-in.
Campbell's kick was high around the outer side out of mid-air, and the mark is paid to the smaller man. It's going to Miranda. Mark Miranda plays on, kicks towards centre half forward. In front, Richardson, in from the side, Roos missed it. Still Roos, though. Good composure, slapped it out. This is Grant. Deep in his own defensive area, pulls it back towards centre half back. 50-50 ball. Maxfield played it well, knocked it down to the advantage of Chapman. He's on the wing, runners inside. He elects to kick. O'Loughlin needs to go, got fingertips to it. This is Gray, centres it. All Sydney. Doreen, Miranda, the only man there, and he played it superbly. Miranda comes away. Doreen is down hurt. Now Nazia's too. As Seymour cannoned into him, and it's 50 metres against Seymour.
Actually, Miranda is a real goer. He gets the ball out of the centre and he's responsible for the first one. He keeps his eye on the ball, and it's just unfortunate then that Doreen was just coming up. Nothing in it really. Play on.
So Doreen in a bad way. They're calling for the stretcher. And it's going out, so no hesitation to get the stretcher out. And Scott Doreen, who's been a terrific player for these Sydney Swans in the latter half of last season and so far this season, is in trouble. Well, it was an errant ball over the top.
Actually, there must be something wrong, Dennis. Just looking at the trainer, they're signalling the throat. Exactly right, Sandy.
Just on that, Scotty, I mean, that's a terrible feeling for an umpire when this happens, because the umpire's obviously deemed that there was no contact to the player's head and he's called play on, and then the stretcher comes on and you see a trainer signalling to the bench that he's obviously got some injury to his neck or his head. So
what are you saying, that the umpire thinks, well, maybe I should have given a free kick?
It's just nobody's 100% sure after the event.
This is not nice.
And it's they're bringing on a neck brace now, so
I think it was just the point of the shoulder as we take a look again.
Well, there was really nothing illegal in it, was it?
No.
I mean, he's just come up at that critical moment. I mean, Miranda had to come up, didn't he?
There's no contact to the head. I really don't see a problem with the contact, but it's just one of those things that raises that element of doubt after the event, because no umpire likes to see a player injured.
And aren't they so proficient nowadays with their sports management and injury prevention and this. Here it is once again. This is the 50-metre and
free kick against the Swans there. Definite free kick. His prime objective has to be to contest the ball, and he just ran straight at the player about to take the mark.
Now Gray is off as well, and Rocker has come on, and I think Arnott is waiting to come on to replace Doreen. So an interchange, and the neck brace is being put on very carefully. Meantime, Richmond in a scoring position at the other end, so nobody likes to see this. And Miranda went at the ball hard as well. He took a physical risk in that confrontation, probably the equal to Doreen, and just got lucky. That's all it comes down to in some situations like that, is the concerned bench looks on.
Chris Brayshaw, the club doctor, I think it is. If I can,
yeah, it is, Scotty.
It's
Chris,
yeah.
The doctor for Richmond, helping out, which is great to see.
Yes, going across party lines, this one. So a tough start, certainly plenty of tempo in the game, and it's difficult for the players sometimes after something like this to get back to that sort of level.
Simon Arnott is out on the ground now.
Actually, it's a sorry history between these two clubs. I mean, we go back to last year when they played at the SCG, and it was Matthew Richardson coming off the ground.
Also Wigney.
Yeah, Wigney that day broke his ankle. Scott Doreen, well, we just hope, fingers crossed, that he's okay.
Well, we've got Russell Morris down on the boundary line there. I'm sure he'll be in touch with the medical staff as soon as possible, and we in turn can keep you informed.
And you can't lay any blame at the feet of Miranda there. In fact, that was very courageous. At the last moment, Miranda's eyes come up off the ball. He was simply playing the ball, and then out of self-preservation, having controlled the ball, and that takes courage to it, was one grab in a confrontation, then he came up and spotted Doreen at the last moment and just brought the shoulder up. So just one of those things in a physical contact sport, but that's of no consolation to this young man.
So as he leaves the ground, it will be Chris Naish who will start the game going once more. After some considerable time, Naish with the 50 is going to have a shot from some 25 metres out, almost directly in front.
It's worth mentioning there, Sandy, the reason the 50 was paid rather than just the free kick was that the contact by the Swans player was after the ball that touched the Richmond player attempting to take the mark. So it's deemed to be a 50-metre penalty because it was after the mark would have been taken.
10 points was the margin. And, well, it's now 11. That's a bad miss. 25 metres out, directly in front.
Should have kicked that, shouldn't he?
3-3 plays 1-4, Shannon Grant, to bring the ball back into play. So let's hope that Sydney can put that behind them and get on with the job. Campbell does some spoiling work here. It's socket off the ground by Philandia, but straight out in front of Richardson. They come charging at him, including Kickett. Richardson is still going close to the boundary line. He loses it now towards Kickett. He needs help from the big man Stafford and gets it across to Troy Luff. Luff's kick is high. Not a lot of distance. And again, courage shown by Ashley Prescott as he marks on half-back for the Tigers. Prescott swings it back towards centre wing. Oh, little Naish was the flyer. Couldn't take the mark. Philandia gets a hurry kick up towards half-forward. O'Loughlin had to beat 3 of them. He did, in fact, get the hand pass out towards Chapman. Chapman short to Maxfield. Onto the left foot he'll go. Chipping towards the 50 and Lockett. Couldn't quite take it. Puts his body over the ball. Now it spills free. Socket clear. A chance for Huskis, maybe. No, it's Shannon Grant. Back towards Huskis. Still on 50. Can they go forward? Difficult for Arnott. He's just come onto the ground. The Tiger defence hold it up. Look at Bond. He's a real little terrier at the bottom of the pack. And a bounce. 11 points the margin. And still some 6 minutes remaining of this first quarter.
Charles at the second attempt. Maxfield hurriedly onto the Burt. Burt gets back. Takes the mark in defence.
Quick, he's a bit slow. He's got Gasper on the other side. He could have switched play.
as for distance instead. In front, Mark was spilt by Huskis. He butters up again. Away it comes to Kelly, and Kelly pops it across to Maxfield. Well played. Was going to kick for distance, and then just spotted Maxfield at the last possible moment. Stretch was the order of the day there. He did that. Got it on the boot and got it to this man, who left foots it down towards the pocket. Well, they're going wide, but Rocker's got the mark. Sharp angle. Strange that the ball should finish up there from a kick directly from centre half forward.
A lot of pressure on this fellow. He received a lot of publicity on his debut year last year. There he is, young Anthony Rocker. Was outstanding as a junior. Playing in a very difficult position, centre half forward, or was playing in that position. Very difficult for a youngster to play.
Important kick, this one. Naish missed an easy one at the other end. Rocker. This is a tough one.
There's not too many guys. I think the last fellow I remember that came in as a centre half forward as a junior player and did well and held that position for years was Alan Martello from Hawthorn. He was a junior 1 year, a senior player playing at centre half forward, and he did very, very well for a youngster in that position, Martello. But not many players can actually play centre half forward.
Margin is 10 points. Watch the kick in. Will he go short? No, he goes for distance again.
That's Campbell and gets it. Stafford with a big fist towards the boundary line, and Burke sees it over.
Interesting, Sandy. I think it's crying out for somebody to change what happens with these kick-ins. Everybody's doing the same thing. They parrot what somebody else does. So somebody to come up with something original that can work would be opportune, I would think.
Charles doing the body work against Kickett. Down towards centre wing. There's trouble in the kitchen behind us. We won't worry about that. We'll have another throw-in.
Well, there's just a little lull in play. John, I'd just like to ask John a question. We just get on the clothing, Sandy. The umpires' outfits, John, how would you have looked in light blue or those baggy pants?
The light blue I certainly would have given a thumbs down to, Scotty. The baggy pants with my bow legs wouldn't have looked flash at all.
And what do the guys think of it?
Oh, would have been the end of the line anyway, John, if you're in the blue, wouldn't it? I mean...
Well, what do the umpires think of the outfits?
Everybody said that they're very comfortable to run in, but I think everybody would acknowledge that they look pretty ordinary on most blokes.
Well, Don's been campaigning that, I can tell you that.
Well, Sandy, last week they came out in black boots at Princes Park. You've never seen the worst dressed officials ever. Black football boots.
Great tonic if you played for Footscray, though, to come out and see the umpire dressed like that. You'd feel as though you had a chance, wouldn't you?
There's a close look at what they're wearing today as Bauer is well caught by Nix. Over the top it comes towards Chapman. He shrugs one tackle, goes onto the left foot, down towards 50 with precious seconds ticking away. Burke couldn't take it initially, butters up again, then loses it towards Huskis. Bauer cops one high and he's going to take a free kick.
Actually signalled a trip then, Sandy. Bauer's legs were taken out from underneath him.
So he goes on with the job straight away.
Bauer looks a little proppy too.
Down towards half forward, Roos and Broderick are both there. Bond hangs on to it for a long time before giving it away towards Broderick. Off to Rogers. Danger here for Sydney. He's outside 50 now. They're inside. Naish could have been held. Looked for the free kick, didn't get it. Waits out the back door. Miranda is there. But it's Big Stafford who gets the hand pass out to Roos, and now they're out of trouble to Captain Kelly from half-back. Kicks back towards centre wing, just in front of Gale, but he's able to keep it in play. Passes in towards Rogers again, still outside 50. He takes the mark.
Showing a bit of speed of foot, Rogers, today.
Inside 50. Sydney again having the numbers. They're able to tidy up, bring it back towards centre wing. Tape was there for the Tigers, couldn't take it initially. Kellaway can. Duncan Kellaway picks himself up, gets the hand pass away. Grant a quick tackle on Daffy, but he gets the kick to half forward. Huskis going back into the pack. It's going to be a Richmond free kick. It'll be taken by Campbell. The Richardson lead is covered. Campbell goes back, Richardson goes back. 60 metres out. Richardson will try again. Into the pocket he goes. And we'll get a free kick. A little crude, John.
Yeah, similar to the one we saw earlier, Sandy, in the sense that one player's prime objective is to mark the footy and the other player's prime objective is to just take him out. So, simple free kick.
Matthew Richardson, one goal already today. Came into this game with 13 to his name for the season. Pretty tight angle, but he's a very, very exciting player. He misses to
That's
the
something
right.
he's got to work on, Sandy. Before that injury last year, he was a very, very good kick. He had an exceptional conversion rate. I think it was 19 goals, 2 points, or something along that line. It was really quite incredible, but his kicking has let him down of late.
Here's Shannon Grant. Clock running down on this opening term. 11 points the difference. Told to hurry up. Comes in short. Seymour just inside his own defensive 50. Seymour towards the wing. Luff favoured by the kick, but Gale did nicely. Coming across on the angle. Taking the mark midway between the lines. Goes down towards half forward and Bond. Bond about 65 metres out. His centering kick. All Richmond down there. And the mark is held by Gale. Nix slipped over initially. And that was all it took, really.
And news from downstairs is that Scott Doreen has been immediately taken to hospital. So
Let's keep the
going to be
fingers crossed,
okay.
Sandy.
Yes.
Yeah, just let's hope.
Yes, Nix the only Swan with a chance there. And as you saw approaching the ball, he lost his footing. He was giving away some height in any case. So Gale, from only about 20 metres out, this to stretch the lead to 17 points with just over a minute remaining in the term, and he's got the goal.
Well, the problem with the Richmond side as far as Sydney goes is they've got multiple avenues to goal. They've had 4 different goal kickers, and here's the build-up once again. Bond getting deep into the forward line. He'll send it across here. And there's the big fellow.
So Brendan Gale gets his first and the Tigers fourth. 28 plays 11 with just over 1 minute remaining in this first quarter. Richmond just sneaking away as Broderick gives it out to the running Campbell. Couple of bounces. He might have a shot here. In towards full forward. Richardson at the back. And this time it's the player in front who takes the mark, and that's Andrew Dunkley.
It's spectacular, and it's a good facet of the game to see a player running with the ball. But I was looking at Richardson. He made the initial lead as Campbell got the ball, then was caught out of position after he had 3 bounces. Consequently, they've been caught out. So sometimes it's just not good to bounce the ball.
Creswell, Philandy, Kelly, O'Loughlin and Co combined to get it down towards half forward, but only as far as that position before it goes out of bounds on the full, and Broderick will bring it back into play.
I'll just add to that, Sandy. I believe it's all right to bounce on the back line, but it's not when you're going into the forward line, because the forwards really are caught out of position. They don't know when you're going to let the ball go.
In the veteran class now, Paul Broderick, as he kicks towards centre wing, taken by Roos. This is his 144th game, and of course Roos approaching a major milestone if he can crack the 300. Shannon Grant running through the centre. Time ticks away. Maxfield will want to have a shot here. He's under a ton of pressure. He goes short, and it's effective because he finds Tony Lockett, who'll have possibly the last kick of the quarter.
That should bring back memories, Sandy. Memories for you and I if Paul Roos plays 300 games, because I remember that was the first day we worked together. He was playing in the forward pocket for Fitzroy in the reserves here at Waverley.
So Lockett for his first for the day. He's had 1 shot already and missed to the right. Richmond fans giving him plenty. It won't worry him in the least, and that's a very important kick for Sydney after the siren, because the Tigers had started to stretch a little bit of a mini lead, but Lockett now has 1. He joins Stuart Maxfield as a goal kicker for Sydney, and a very important one for the Sydney Swans. Richmond, on the other hand, have 4 individual players have those goals. At quarter time, it's Richmond 4-4-28, Sydney at 2-5-17. And his followers, family and friends. So we wish him well as Daffy tried to soccer off the ground there to commence proceedings in this second quarter. To no avail, and another bounce. Still really in the middle. A late goal by Tony Lockett has kept Sydney in touch. Maxfield very quickly booted the ball, but a whistle for holding.
Yes, I was just going to ask John, Mark Nash, any relation to the Nashes that have already preceded him?
No, he's not, Scotty.
Maxfield from the middle of the ground, going long to half forward. Lockett is probably sixth in line. Chapman around his body in towards full forward. Jamie Tape marks on the last line
I'm
of
glad
defence.
of that, because I just never got on with Neville Nash.
Bow from the back pocket. Lachlan shepherded out. Bow still going. Kicks up towards centre wing. Arnott was there, and this time he does the shepherding. Huskis also for Troy Luff. Huskis gets the kick in towards the middle. Now a chance for Sydney's Shannon Grant. Taking it quickly from Dyson in towards full forward, and Lockett is well covered once again. Ball spills to ground. Kellaway at the bottom of the pack, and he holds it up. There is Duncan Kellaway, and a bounce to take place. Sydney in attack and trailing going into the second quarter, 28-17.
Rocker in front. Got both hands to it. Didn't move the ball. Broderick fed it back. Burke missed it. This is Tape. He overran it. Picked up by Lockett, who snaps and kicks it behind. Bullocking his way out of that pack, the big man.
And Burke had a very close look at that snap.
Yes. A foot on feet. There he is.
Dunkley now going with Richardson. Luff had the job originally.
Yeah, good. Here's Campbell running up towards half back. Kicks towards the wing. Sydney favoured by the kick and going back. Luff almost. Miranda waiting in front. Fed the hand pass wide. This is Gale. Goes down towards right half forward. Richardson hit the ground running. Matthew Richardson. That was ambitious. Dunkley got him. Hard man to get away from. Grant, the crumbs, and Luff on the outer side. Knocked away by Campbell. There's no 50 there. Accidental. Luff plays on. Gets it to Maxfield, who thought about stopping, then accelerated away. Kicks inside the 50. Gaspar spills the mark. Now they've got a problem. There he is again. Lockett. The blind turn, if you don't mind. Gets the hand pass away. Down goes Prescott. Sliding in there was Kellaway. And going over the top was Lockett. And Kellaway is getting a free kick. Now, I'm not quite sure for what, because I'm not sure he collected him at all. I think he missed.
Fortunately.
Still. Compassion from the umpire. Bond in short. Richardson back to Bond at centre half back. Good kick out wide. Bauer, kick it coming back. Oh, what a mark. One of the marks of the season. So hard to do that by Derek Kickett, running with the flight of the ball to Roos. Richardson knocks it away. Missed by Roos. Now Bauer. Richardson runs on. Kickett faced with a dilemma, so he splits the difference. Now he goes to Bauer, as you'd expect for Richardson, but he's run down from behind. Kickett's got the ball. Brilliantly played by Derek Kickett to Philandia, to Roos. Roos kicks it down towards half forward. Chapman's in front. Clever mark. Chapman towards right half forward, and that was a purple patch for Derek Kickett. Initially the mark, and then the way he played it, caught between two, and he waited for the cavalry to arrive. Creswell gets it across to Kelly. Kelly kicks it down towards right half forward. Kellaway, what a terrific defender, works his way in front and paddles it across the line. So a boundary throw in. Now this they can't teach. Watch it again. Fantastic.
Throw in just forward of the wing. Nix had it, then got rid of it to Maxfield. 52 metres out.
Why didn't he
Too
go
high for
long?
Lockett. I think he might have been caught between the devil and the deep blue sea.
I don't know. He's a prodigious kicker of the football, Maxfield. He's gone long on a couple of occasions. Been looking for Lockett late in the second quarter, but that time he should have gone long. And the change has been made too by Sydney. Rocker off, and it's Troy Gray coming back on.
Maybe the shake of the head by Tony Lockett said it all. From the throw in, Creswell tries to pluck it out of the air. Broderick had it for a moment, but then lost it. And finally, a behind goes on the board for Sydney.
Interesting, Lockett doesn't contest those in the forward pocket.
4-4 plays 2-7, so Sydney one more effective scoring shot at goal, but they are down by 9 points as Gaspar goes to the outer side, taken by Burke. He lopes clear towards swing, towards Richardson, but nipping in there once again is Andrew Dunkley. solid defender and gets it over the line. Matty Richardson, 1 goal to date. Kicked for this low-scoring tussle. Stafford and Charles. Nix tries to belt it on with the right hand. Gale is there. Flicked clear of him. Back towards Michael Gale again. Miranda on the bottom of the pack. Look at Kelly. Somehow he got through there. It was wonderful to watch as Luff gathers a few metres. Kellaway's under real pressure. Luff again may get another chance. He became a dad last week, so he might have had a lot of sleep. And another bounce. 4-4, plays 2-7. There is Troy Luff. Charles won it. Tape just tries to flick it on towards Gale, who soccers it. Miranda. Tape missed it, but Miranda didn't. And away he bursts through the centre. Shrugs one tackle. Gives it off to the running Bond. Bond down towards full forward.
Oh, great mark.
But he's turning out to be a fine defender. And Dunkley takes it. Comes towards half-back. Now, Sydney have the numbers here if the bounce is kind. It is cruel towards Kelly. Picked up by Miranda. Fires it inside 50 once again. Richardson was there. Bundled out of it by Seymour, who's at the bottom of the pack. And
It's a pity with Dunkley. Sorry, Sandy. It's a pity with Dunkley. Like, he's a very courageous player. That was an excellent mark. Showed a lot of courage, but boy, his kicking just lets him down. That was a shocking kick out of the back line. It just hasn't improved over the years.
4-4, 2-7. Stafford hammers it towards the boundary. This is Naish running out of space. The fumble, so across it goes.
In actual fact, he was such a bad kick. Now, I stand to be corrected. I think I remember hearing this somewhere, that he used to kick left foot, and he was so bad on the left they changed him to right, and he's not much better, is he?
Didn't see him with the left. Thrown in. Stafford hooked down by Gale. Campbell quickly onto the boot. This is Hughes.
You wouldn't want to have a self-esteem problem with you around.
Pushed across the boundary line. No, it's still in. No, it's out. Sorry, Don?
You've just ruined. You've taken the wind out of my sails.
Well, I mean, the end result isn't too good. It's like something that's style out of a carpentry manual, isn't it? The way he drops the ball, and it's terrible. So if the left was worse, I shudder to think the ball's out of bounds and will be thrown in once more. But a terrific player. I mean, his marking is something special. He's one of the best, strongest marks in the competition. You don't get the complete package, is what I'm saying. Don't look at me like that. Hard to get the complete package. Thrown in on the 50. Stafford knocks it down in front. It's going to be a free kick. Stafford to take it over the shoulder. An emerging player. Stafford out of defence. A very high kick towards the wing. Charles in from the side. Two-fisted in front. Kick it. Missed the ball. Working overtime in there is Cresswell. Or is it Grant? It's Grant opposed to Kellaway. And we'll have a bounce. So the Swans getting plenty of the ball at the present time, but not translating that on the scoreboard. They trail by 11 points at quarter time. Kelly charges into Charles, and Charles will get the free. Out towards left centre wing. Richardson on a searching lead. It's set up in his direction. Stafford did well, but in from the side, Holland.
He's got a hallmark of his brother, and that's courage.
Holland from 45 metres out, wasted no time, and narrowly misses a behind.
Trait seems to run through the family, doesn't it? Yes, I'm just thinking the Matthews brothers, the Gales, the Hollands. Those brothers, they keep their eye on the ball, and there are other brothers too. Don't get me wrong.
The Nashes.
The who?
Nashes. The Nashes.
Grant to the outer side. Luff takes the mark. Troy Luff plays on quickly to Darren Cresswell. Cresswell is almost down to the centre. And with Richmond missing a golden opportunity, can Sydney make them pay? This is Troy Gray. He hopes so. To Lockett. That's a better kick. And Tony Lockett will have a shot from just on 50. Kicked a goal after the siren in the first quarter. And this one to keep them in touch.
The angle's going to be a problem here. 45-degree angle for Lockett. He's been here before on many occasions.
Kicking from some 48 metres. Gone left. Gone left.
So it's 1 goal, 3 to Lockett. Tony Lockett, he's not converting.
Again, back to a 9-point margin with under 12 minutes remaining in this first half at Waverley. An overcast, cool day here in Melbourne, but an excellent day for football. As the final warning goes to Broderick to bring it back into play. Again, he heads to the outer side. Kellaway will be waiting down in front, down towards Gale. Now Prescott, partly smothered, but he does get his kick away. Oh, they're not out of the woods yet. Maxfield controlled it nicely. The left foot snap. He's in the right pocket to do it. Lockett is there, but that has gone out of bounds on the full as light rain starts to fall. Tigers will get out of strife once again. After that ball went out on the full, and it'll be Darren Gasper who'll bring it back into play.
Sends play towards the outer side, hugging the boundary line. Stafford from behind, got a fist and sent it forward. Campbell, Broderick, intercepted by Dyson. Off a step, sends it back towards the pocket. And Gaspar, I think, got a hand to it across the line. No, the goal umpire and the boundary umpire combine, and they decide that he touched it in the field of play.
It's a pity Darren Gasper didn't stay in Sydney. He would have been very, very handy across their back line.
Some people at Richmond would argue with you. Behind, an opportunity for Rogers. Was he pushed in the back? Not according to the umpire. Off the ground by Kelly in the wrong direction. Miranda feeds it to Burke, who runs up to centre half back and kicks it out wide, and the mark is held by Daffy. Haven't seen a lot of him this afternoon. Play on's the call as he wanders wide of the mark and kicks in towards centre half forward. In from the side. Terrific grab down there by Luff. Who can kick a goal. He filled in for Lockett last season and kicked 6 from memory in one game against the Saints. That was early in the season. Now Rue's kick has been marked by this man Gale. He'll pump it back in. His side up by 9 points. Not much happening in this second quarter. Gale goes for distance, and a good mark is held in front by Seymour. That was strong against bigger opposition. He squares it. Luff presenting again. Man on down the ground. He's anxious to move it in that direction. Nick slips again. Well, that's a couple of times he's slipped as the ball has been arriving, and Broderick has taken the mark. Broderick, 65 metres out, centering kick. Kickett arrives, gave a contest as he always does. Dyson falling to the ground into the path of Roos, who knocks it forward. Maxfield liked his game so far, gets it away. Huskis a centering kick. Roos looks downfield, tracks the ball towards centre half forward. Kelly was there. In comes Broderick though, against the flow nicely. Brilliant smother by Kickett on his knees, got it across to Cresswell. O'Loughlin is dragged down in a tackle. And certainly it's livening up in there as Broderick comes back to fight again for the Tigers. Great smother by Derek Kickett.
What would his chances be of representing Western Australia, Dennis, in the State of Origin coming up against South Australia?
I would think pretty good.
Almost in the centre. And another bounce. Charles uncontested. Kelly tried to go over the top to Houston. Kickett tried to sock her off the ground. Now a chance for Barr. 60 metres out. Passes short in towards the pocket. Maybe he could have gone long. Huskis, but the whistle has sounded. It's going to be a free kick going against the Tigers. And it will go the way of Dunkley, who gives it off to Philandia. Goals have been hard to come by, as you can see. Stafford at half-back goes inside to Roos. Gets the kick just in time towards Gray.
David Burke coming off for Richmond. And his replacement is Tawney, number 29. Kevin Bartlett's old number 29, and he does look a younger version of Kevin Bartlett as he sprints on there.
Troy Gray's in trouble. We could be talking ribs there.
And here's Gray. He's a courageous player.
It's very careless.
Well, he's up, but play goes on down towards the forward line, and Tony Lockett, he couldn't take it. Creswell has the ball held to him. And coming in for a bounce is Mark Nash as Troy Gray Still somewhat gingerly feeling those ribs. Let's hope he's okay. Prescott. Back towards Gale, who's outnumbered and outpointed on this occasion by Paul Roos. Roos has a look in towards the middle. Oh, Prescott came charging through, gets claimed. Well claimed by Chapman. Luff sees it socket out of his hands by his teammate down towards Stafford. Miranda intercepts magnificently. Mark Miranda off to Jamie Tape. Tape again goes back to Miranda. And from the half-back line, Rogers has a chance to run. Goes over the centre. His kick is not all that long. Still with a chance, it's Holland. Into an open square. Which way will it bounce? It starts on the left and it stays on the left. And one behind is the result.
That was like the Little League, Sandy. Holland kicked it, then had to chase it.
No one at all down there, and it's now 4-6 playing 2-8 as Grant brings it back into play.
Landy of the target, just inside his own defensive 50. Now that should be 50, I would have thought, John.
Well, I mean, Hayden Kennedy's obviously deemed that the play didn't put him on the ground. The Swans players contributed to it substantially.
Landy towards the wing. Great mark over the top by Charles. Relishing his chance to be the number 1 ruckman. Broderick alongside the centre circle. Probing kick. Richardson is up. First attempt. Second. Knocked away by a teammate and Bond. That was bad luck. Nix gave it to Roos. Roos was tripped. He'll get the free kick. Waste no time. Off his step. Comes out to Chapman. He's on the wing. Turns and runs immediately. Kicks to half forward. Ill-directed. Tape goes up. Well done by Gray. Gave a contest. Tape goes after it again. Sliding in there is Kellaway. And Gray, who's feeling sore and sorry, battled on well there for the Swans. Almost a mark this one.
Yes, it's just a pity, isn't it, that his teammate came in now. There's Bond coming across. Richardson, he certainly would have taken that mark.
Charles decisively to Kellaway to Tape. He's been a very good defender so far. Close to the boundary line. Rogers tracks it. Can't keep it in. So just over 6 minutes till half-time. Low-scoring affair, this one now. In this term, no goals have been kicked. At quarter time, it was 4-4 to 2-5. Currently 4-6 to 2-8. Charles Miranda crashes in. He's a strong player, Mark Miranda. Kicks it through the wing. Now, the umpire thought about letting it go and realised that perhaps it was in the best interest of all concerned to bring it back, John.
I think he's paid the free kick for holding the man off the footy.
Tawny's got it in any case. It was a Richmond mark downfield. Oh, up was Dunkley. Goes after it on the ground and ties it up with Holland. Andrew Dunkley, fearless.
John, you wouldn't have to be terribly fit to be an umpire now, would you? Because there's not much area in which those three boundary or field umpires cover.
Oh, the game's changed a lot in the sense that now there's a lot more short, sharp stuff, whereas under 2 umpires and years ago under 1, it tended to be more one-pace stuff. Now there's a lot of sharp stuff forwards and backwards.
Matthew Nix in only his second game over the line. Throw in. Gale does it nicely with the left arm. Daffy gets it away towards Miranda. Now he pokes it all in front of him, gets some good shepherding work and goes down to the forward line. Absolutely no one at home. Roos diving attempt. Eventually sees the ball drift through from behind.
Mark Miranda reminds me a lot of Steve Malaxis. A little bit quicker, but he's got that same look about him, hasn't he? He's a very good player, this young man.
Oh, he's terrific, Dennis. He really does run straight. He's terrific at getting the ball out of the centre. He runs off the edge of the square. And
from West Perth too, Don.
Is he really? So he'll be a walk-up start as well.
Oh, I can't say.
11 points the margin. As we've said, goals very, very tough to come by. Maxfield has been pretty good towards Lockett. Gasper was there to affect the spoil. Oh, Lachlan does the roving work. He may have a shot. No, he goes back to Lockett. Shrugged once. Beautifully caught. A cry of ball and another good smother. That was Gasper who did the smothering work, and he's going to follow it up now. Look out. Oh. Crunched by Dyson. Too high, and the advantage is going to be paid. It's going the way of Prescott. Tiger fans roar as Prescott kicks them from the half-back line up towards centre wing and Benny Gale. Under 5 minutes remaining in the first half. Gale kicks to left half forward, and out comes the sprinting Richardson.
He is unbelievably quick, isn't he, for a big man?
Plays straight on. He's 53 metres from home. It's a long...
Oh, don't tell me.
Sensational goal. Richardson gets his second.
Well, what a passage of play by that man there. His athleticism in getting to the ball. If we can catch this, look at the speed.
And then he just casually lets the ball go. Oh, I'm speechless, as you can no doubt guess.
What a fantastic goal on the run by Matthew Richardson. An outstanding talent, no question about that. Cresswell falling to the ground. Hand passes out wide. This is Bond. So this game crying out for a goal, and certainly well worth waiting for. Bond in towards Gale. Loose ball behind, picked up by Campbell into the path of Broderick on the 50. So often the way suddenly the floodgates can't open. Good tackle applied from behind by Dunkley, and Richardson pinged for holding the ball.
No, he had a prior opportunity before he was tackled, Don, so that's the new interpretation. I'm comfortable with that one.
Hollandia comes away, feeds it back inside. Kelly hurriedly onto the boot. Miranda surrounded by Swans, but uses the ball reasonably well. No too tall that time for Campbell. Richardson backed him up to Broderick, pops it to the pocket. Rogers back towards the line. Storming up the ground was Daffy.
Something behind play here. Campbell
and Hollandia.
And the kick going Campbell's way.
The free kick.
Relay down the ground.
Free kick.
To Daffy.
Free kick either paid where the incident occurred or where the ball is at the time. So given that that's the greater advantage, it's paid where the ball was at the time.
Now, Nick Daffy has been pretty quiet today. Sharp angle. The lead currently at 17 points. The Swans could ill afford this one to go through. But it looks like it has. That hurts.
It's a reasonably low-scoring second quarter. There's been a lot of play moving up and down the ground. A little bit of push and shove.
Involving?
Yes, well, Shannon Grant. There he is, young Shannon. Good player last year in the juniors.
2 Tiger goals after a mini drought. Suddenly the margin is out to 23 points, and a danger time for Sydney with just a couple of minutes to half time. Bowes' kick is high to half forward, and it's Gale in possession. The Tigers will go down to the... All rise, says Martin Ellis.
Marty Ellis was calling touch play on, and Benny Gale...
Look at them pounce upon him.
Yeah.
3 of them.
Well, that would be holding the ball.
Well, if he deems that Benny Gale didn't hear the touch play on call, then he's got to give him the benefit of the doubt and bounce the ball.
Chapman overran it. Arnott now kick it back to Chapman. It's high. It's on centre wing. Just in Sydney's attacking zone. Good mark taken by Shannon Grant. Call to play on. He swings round onto the left foot. Lockett behind a couple again. Gasper was one of them. Oh, look at the tackle by Lockett. Arnott picks it up and snaps it goal, and he breaks the Sydney drought. First goal to Simon Arnott, and the first one to Sydney for the quarter.
Yes, and the big fella getting involved there. I thought he might have taken him a little bit high, but initially, watch this. It's around the waist by Lockett. He contests, follows up, and then just it's pulling the jumper over. He caused the turnover, and Arnott finishes off. That's their only goal for the quarter so far, Sydney.
Still, they stay in touch. They needed that one. Stafford knocks it down. Hollandia out of the middle towards half forward. O'Loughlin missed it. Gaspar came to the ball, didn't collect it. Tate towards Gaspar. He's played pretty well back there. Swings it out wide. This is Gale coming up to meet him as Swan in luff, but he gets the hand pass away. Rogers, very untidy. Straight into Huskis, and out of bounds it goes. Richmond with a chance to build something around the outer side right there. 6-7, plays 3-8. Approaching half-time at Waverley. Must-win game for the Swans. And the Tigers looking to consolidate near the top of the table. And now it's the Swans free. Luff has got it. And certainly we've got to say, John, far less ruck infringement free kicks now. And it's a good thing, I think. Chapman to Maxfield. This one close to the boundary line. It spills across. The umpire's enjoying this with the boundary throw-ins in particular, John, do you think?
Oh, look, I think it's a really entertaining game. It's been, even though it's low scoring, Dennis, it's still very entertaining. They'd be having a good time.
Charles goes up, knocks it down. Prescott is dragged down by Chapman. And a bounce. I can tell you're into this game.
I can see the smile on Mark Nash's face from here.
So there's the bounce. Over the top, Gray. Seymour dragged down by 3 of them. Just over a minute till half time. Can the Swans make something of this sortie forward? Campbell, best and fairest last season for the Tigers after twice being runner-up. Charles up to Tape. It's a very good player. Tape around the outer side. Gale hasn't got the ball. Advantage is played. Michael Gale got it to Miranda. Kept it going his way. Oh, wow. Power. Took on Stafford and was upended. This is Derek Kickett. He pulls it back towards half forward. That's a brilliant kick. Now Arnott didn't have to break stride. Brilliant smother by Tape. It spills across the Grant. He's tackled from behind by Broderick. Down went Naish. Oh, well done by Campbell. How was that for balance? Down to one knee and up again. Pops it towards midfield. Miranda has to wait. And that was a good grab.
There's a player down. It's a Sydney player down. Back at centre half forward for Sydney.
Here's Miranda meantime. We're down to 10 seconds now as he kicks towards the 50. Loose ball behind. Kelly gets back first. Falls over. Holland in the grasp to Daffy. Daffy off a step very high. The clock has expired. Richardson couldn't hang on to the mark. It's half time. Well, that was a thrilling finish. A chance for the Swans at one end. Brilliant smother by Tape. There's Grant. It was Willing at centre half forward for the Swans. He bears testament to that. And then a quick transference down to the other end, and the Tigers a half chance approaching half time.
And leading by 17 points. Maxfield gets a short kick. He had a pretty good first half, Stuart Maxfield. Nick Daffy was a little quiet compared to the standards that he sets for himself. Oh, there's a fine grab again taken by Andrew Dunkley. He's been in excellent form as Sydney are forced to defend to the outer side. Arnott has possession. Puts it out in front of Dyson, who's got plenty of room to move. The former Demon is almost down to right half forward. He can put them inside 50. In towards Lockett and co. Charles unable to take the mark. It comes to Tony Lockett now from a Chapman hand pass. Back to Arnott, who steadies. Shoots in towards goal. And is away to the left for the first score of the third quarter behind.
Well, Sydney really did want that goal there. That would have just put them back in the hunt. It's rain falling. And it doesn't make Sydney's job any easier.
Michael Gale towards half-back. Stafford and Charles. Arnott almost thrown out. Broderick can take it with a hand pass, but it's immediately intercepted by Kelly. It's a high kick with little distance. Maxfield floats over the top. Couldn't take the mark. An attempted soccer off the ground was by Prescott. Now he goes in after it once again. Pushed out past Maxfield. An opportunity for Dyson, lost. Socket off the ground by Bond, wide to the outer side. But it's going to come back and there'll be a free kick. It'll go the way of Turner, who's on the ground and back in the Tiger Guernsey.
Scotty Turner went into shepherd then, Sandy, and was grabbed, so clear free kick.
Rocker warming up for Sydney. Who are they going to take off? We'll watch Craig Holden run out. He's the runner for Sydney.
Here's Turner then. Probing kick down towards centre half forward. Holland had it knocked away by Seymour. In fact, it's going to be a free kick, and I think it's going Sydney's way. A lot of jostling as that ball approached. Seymour feeds it back. Volanti has got it now. Chips it across towards right half back. This is Chapman. Wade Chapman looking to cement a place in this team towards O'Loughlin. Couldn't complete the mark for Landia. Was he pushed in the back? Not according to the umpire. Like lightning. Kickett gets it across to Maxfield, who sends it down towards full forward. Gaspar goes back, and that's a terrific grab. A very good mark by the young man. Aaron Gaspar, short. Charles. Prescott now just outside the defensive 50. Pinpoints the ball. Bond has got it. Miranda breaks for him. He ignores that and goes for distance down towards Richardson. Perhaps not the option. Plenty of Swans behind. Philandia's got it. Philandia swings it out, and Richardson is slow to get up. Meantime,
he's limping, Sandy.
Stafford. Seymour's got the ball. But the story is Matthew Richardson at the moment. He does seem to be okay. He's headed back towards full forward, but, well, perhaps that was premature to say he seems okay. He's not happy. Campbell.
He's running. He's all right, Dennis.
Oh, good, Don. Not your knee. Taken by Dunkley about 20 metres out. Well, everybody holding their breath here at Waverley. An emerging superstar coming off a knee reconstruction. Kellaway dragged down. Roos against the flow. Holland. Hand passes over the shoulder, taken by Rogers. Chapman got him. Kelly sockers it off the ground. It ricochets. Prescott hacked it out, taken by Bond. Bond falling to the ground. Hand passes inside the 50. Gale under pressure. Was it touched? It floats towards the pocket. It wasn't touched.
Actually does this really, really well. There he is, Michael Gale. And I've seen him on a number of occasions. He hasn't been rewarded by his running deep into the forward line, but he is on this occasion. He's got a chance, but he does this quite a lot. You've really got to man this man up.
Not the best kick in the team at goal. In fact, probably not the best kick at goal in the family. From 20 metres out, tugs it away to the left and behind.
Michael O'Loughlin off for Sydney, and coming on is Kevin Dyson. He's been on and off the bench today, hasn't he, Kevin Dyson?
6'8", plays 3'9". The rain continues to fall for Landia to himself, and then long towards Arnott on the outer side. Fisted away from him. Tigers again with the opportunity. Broderick can go down towards the 50. Daffy is there. He doesn't mind a goal as the duck from Mount Gambier goes in towards the left forward pocket. Not a good kick. And Richardson sees it over the line. Appears to be okay. Would have been a scare for a moment for Tiger supporters and officials. But a throw in the left forward pocket. Gale. Stafford. Stafford gets front spot. Roos from the side. Oh, dangerous. Flicked high. Little distance. Fisted away by Seymour. Richardson paddles it wide. Bond, a snap. Maybe just sneaking it behind.
Now, this ball's going to be very, very difficult to handle. The rain's still coming down here. The lights are on at Waverley.
Here's Grant. Testing time for the Swans. Under pressure. Grant pinpoints the ball well. Cresswell, former best and fairest, feeds it back. This is Kelly. From right half back towards the wing. Dyson's in front. Kellaway so close again. Knocked it down in front. Arnott to Huskis from the wing towards half forward. Bauer goes back with the flight of it. Collides with Tate. Now they've got a problem. Gray applied a tackle. Brilliantly done by Kickett. The little hand pass out. Set Stafford a task. The big man works hard against the flow. Gale. Michael Gale to Campbell. Campbell. Nicely done. Kept his head, got it to Tape. Tape towards half forward. Daffy sensed it was going too long. Doubled back, 60 metres out, pulls it back. Nobody at home down there for Richmond though. And Dunkley takes this defensive mark. Enthralling duel this one. Dunkley certainly matching Richardson. Short. Huskis takes on Broderick. That was ambitious. Now they've got a problem. Cresswell went to ground. Chapman at close quarters. Huskis knocks it in front. Chapman comes again. They combine well. And the kick from Chapman goes down towards half forward.
Troy Lupp has it. 40 out. Short to Lockett.
O'Loughlin coming back on. Just trying to pick up the Sydney player going off. It's Shannon Grant Grant, yes, it is.
Lockett off target so far today. I've been down for 1-3. And with just 3 goals scored by the club so far, they're very, very precious. And he's made no mistake, splitting the middle. Lockett gets his second, and Sydney again closed the gap. It's just 12 points, Don.
Yes, Sandy, I was interested in the way Lockett lines up. He's very, very professional. He's really worked it out, this goal-kicking caper. And as I mentioned earlier, he's very hard on himself. If he doesn't convert or perform, he's very deliberate in the way he comes in, a good kicking style, and it never really varies.
So 2 goals now to Tony Lockett, the reigning club champion. May get a chance again as Kickett rips it out of the middle, goes down towards the half-forward line. Another one here would make it really interesting. Kickett gets another opportunity. Arnott has a look up towards Lockett again.
But just looking at Derek Kickett then, Dennis, I mean, his skill and his inside or peripheral vision or anticipation or whatever you like to call it, that was just an excellent kick to put it in front of that guy. Look at this. There it is there. That was a deliberate kick. But it's a pity he hasn't got that anaerobic ability to just keep on keeping on.
I think
or
aerobic
ability. I mean, he's anaerobic. He's not aerobic.
Glad we cleared that up, Don.
Lockett for number 3. Going to be close. No. Well, again, an opportunity going begging. That's 2-4 for Lockett out of Sydney's score of 4-10.
Rogers off for Sydney, and coming on is Ben Harrison. Ben, who can play at full back, formerly of Carlton.
Turner doing what he does best. Bauer. Campbell shrugs the Stafford tackle. First one way, then the other. Back towards Prescott. Under a little bit of pressure, he's forced to kick across the ground. Now Sydney have the numbers here. The 2 blonde bombers are away. This is Troy Luff, one of them. Huskus is there with him. Luff goes down towards centre wing. Chapman is there. Claim, but gets his kick in towards half forward. O'Loughlin got a hand to it. Deft little tap across towards Stafford. Almost succeeded. That was by Rocker. Maxfield in towards Lockett. Lockett uses the body and kicks number 3. Now we've got a ball game, Don.
Well, there's a little bit of immaturity shown by Rocker there. The tap, in that situation, you really do grab the ball and then feed it off, because the tap is not the right thing. You watch this here. Ball there, O'Loughlin, there's the tap. I mean, you really don't control the ball, especially when it's wet, and do what Rocker did then. It's better grab the ball, then feed it off with a hand pass. A big body there by Lockett, and he made sure of it.
So suddenly this game has come alive. Tony Lockett sparking the Swans. He's got 3 goals. Another near miss. 5 points the difference.
Oh, Kelly's let one go on Bond right at the centre. Why didn't the umpire ping it or report?
He's really aware of the ruckman at that stage, Scotty.
Oh, come on, John. You've let him off. I mean, it was right in front of him.
Got to train with him Tuesday night.
Who?
No, it's Hayden Kennedy, and I really think there is a valid excuse for not seeing the things off the ball like that, because the umpire can't be looking everywhere. But the system's been freed up now, so the end zone umpires can actually pay those infringements.
Mark Miranda, a snapshot. Got the ball from the Bond kick, and it bounces through for a behind.
He let one go to the solar plexus. I mean, we could see it from... Oh, could you? Oh, no, you wouldn't.
Wasn't much to it, Don.
The fact that we see it really is an issue, because he's concentrating very, very hard on the ruck contest at that time.
6 points the margin for Landia. Goes out towards right half back. Richmond have got the numbers there. Holland up, Miranda, quick kick, back inside the attacking 50. Seymour grabs it, chips it out wide. Luff on his chest, wants to go and does. Luff down towards the wing, intelligent kick. This is Arnott, immediately plays on, kicks towards half forward. O'Loughlin couldn't hang on. Prescott was taken high, he'll get the free. Waste no time. Campbell out of defence, back towards the outer side. Rebound opportunity now for the Tigers. This is Miranda forward of the wing towards the attacking 50. Richardson failed to touch the ball. Loose ball behind. Roos put his body in. Well played. And they succeed in tying it up. So a ball up about 20 metres out from Richmond's attacking goal. 12 and a half minutes till three-quarter time.
And the rain has stopped too, Dennis. Not much breeze to dry the ground or the ball out.
Can the Tigers answer? A snap goes across the face and one behind by Broderick. 6-11 plays 5-10. 7 points is the margin after it was 17 points at half-time. Swans bench with, of course, Scott Doreen, if you've just joined us, been taken to Alfred Hospital in Melbourne as a precaution. Luff goes early. Miranda's waiting at the back. Gets away from Arnott. A late tackle by Luff. But he finds Campbell now. He's tucked on a tight angle. Is the club champion. Oh, into the woodwork and one behind.
That was an excellent attempt because he was very, very, very deliberate in what he did on that occasion. He really steadied. He knew a player was coming. He timed his kick until the last moment, hung on to it and just clipped the post. That was excellent.
11 goals kicked for the match and 22 behinds to date as Philandia brings it back into play, going straight down the middle. Roos gets a kind bounce and sneaks away from Kellaway, who drifted in towards the centre, and Troy Gray. Got one earlier in the day, looked to be a rib problem, but is okay. Turner does the shepherding work, and he's needed two for Gasper. They're not out of it yet. Turner goes in again. Rocker persists, tries to soccer it clear. Great pressure from both sides. And a throw in to take place. Almost down to the left forward pocket.
I wonder if young Rocker would appreciate a run on the ball.
Turner. Kellaway over the line.
Well, that's Shannon Gibson. Shannon went off, and there's... I think I've got my players mixed up there. Shannon Grant. I'm getting Shannon Gibson from Hawthorn.
Prescott could have been held. Bond gets the hand pass out the way of Turner. Now they're away to Kellaway. The Tigers can start something here. Gasper on the end of the chain. Or is he? No, Kellaway goes in to lend a hand. Looks down towards centre wing, towards left half forward. Gale, lovely little tap that time. That worked. Kelly intercepts. Philandia. Hand pass was a little too far. Daffy may make him pay. He sweeps it back into the centre. Back towards Bond. He gets claimed. Gets it away once again. Daffy's long kick. Richardson is the back. He's got to beat a couple. And it's Stafford who flicks it with the fist behind. And sends it over the line for the 13th point to Richmond. 6-13. Plays 5-10.
Philandia wasting no time. Kelly down on his knees. Has it in the back pocket. The Swans trailed by 11 points at quarter time, by 17 at half time. Enjoying a good patch here. Maxfield up ahead at half back. Wants to go. Comes across the ground. This will be interesting. Michael Gale is there. Huskis controlled it pretty well. Confronted. Gale hasn't got the ball. Kick at the opportunist. Socked the ball away. Still he goes down towards half forward. Gray went to ground. Socked away by Tate. He's been terrific.
Now, is there a rule, Dennis, in the manual called kicking in danger?
We'll come back to that as we go down to the boundary. And Russell Morris.
Yeah, Shannon Grant was off the field. He had a jab at half-time in his right thigh, Dennis, and I think they jabbed it a bit too hard and it started to bleed. So to stop any opportunity of having him coming off from the blood rule, he's got it taped up and he's coming back on again.
Gee, that's unusual. Now, free kick is going the way of the Swans and back to kicking in danger. John?
What about kicking in danger, John?
Oh, look, Scotty, I mean, in that case, I think Derek Kickett did it very, very well. It wasn't.
Gale got up holding his hand.
Well, whether he gets up holding his hand doesn't matter. It's whether the kick is indiscriminate. And if the determining factor is whether the player gets...
Just watch this. Now look, he's kicked his hand. He could have broken it.
It's not an indiscriminate kick. It's tapping it away from the player. It's in his hands, so maybe the umpire could deem it was likely to cause injury, but I can understand why he didn't. And really, Kickett couldn't have done it any better, given the ball was already virtually in Gale's hands.
Cresswell close to the boundary line. Charles, that was ambitious. Just bounces in.
Have you ever put your hands down there, John, and had them kicked? Well, I can tell you that it just does hurt, John, and you can break your hand.
The rules subcommittee have said the interpretation...
I don't know about the rules.
Well,
you've got to use rule comment 99, which is called common sense.
The interpretation is to be if the kick is likely to cause injury. That's the determining factor.
Welcome back, Dennis.
Yeah, ask him to finish it out the back, John. Ball comes out towards the boundary line and pushed across by Seymour. So we've got a boundary throw in. 6:13 plays 5:10. And there's the time remaining till three-quarter time.
Worth noting, Gale's hand seems okay at the moment.
He's tough.
Full stop. Special comments from John Russo, our man in white, former umpire, giving his interpretation for the day. We certainly value it to centre wing, although Don Ark questions it, which is fair enough. Campbell. Huskus. So a throw in. With just on 9 minutes remaining. Sydney desperate to try and pick up another goal. And Richmond equally determined to get their lead back to what it was and, if anything, increase it from half-time. It was 17 points. Bond. Again over the line. 10 kicks for Chris Bond. And kicked a goal in the first quarter. Gale and Stafford. Naish soccers off the ground. Coming to meet it is Dunkley. Takes out Bond, and that one hurt him too, but he bounces up like the Indian rubber man. Has a bit of a smile.
Two toughies there.
Throw in again. Stafford and Gale. Dunkley to the outer side. Michael Gale was there. Arnott working hard. In all sorts of bother at the bottom of the pack was Harrison. True. Chapman. And finally Prescott. Going inside 50, but only for a moment because Kelly is there and he's immediately pumping it back with a long kick towards centre wing. And Troy Luff. Luff sneaks away from Broderick. Down towards the right half forward. And Shannon Grant takes the mark. Swings round onto the left foot. They're inside 50. Rocker and Lockett are both there. Neither can take the mark. It was a quartet that fought it out. Chapman. O'Loughlin could have been held. Rocker towards Kickett. A desperate attempt here by Sydney. Kickett caught one high. And he's going to get the free kick. He'll look for that man. Don't worry. Lockett comes out now. Got one hand to it. But Gaspar has worked extremely well today. Towards the half-back line. That was Harrison who fumbled. Picked up by Seymour. And the mark, however, is taken by Charles. So the ruckman goes towards fellow big man Benny Gale. He can't take the mark. Chapman will keep it in play. Just chipping short towards his captain. Doesn't make too many mistakes, but it's a slippery ball, and it's certainly not easy. Finds Maxfield, the former Tiger, still getting the rounds of the table. Kellaway gives it away, and Tape gets the Tigers out of strife to Benny Gale almost down the centre wing. A battle royal here at Waverley. Goals are like diamonds at the moment. Daffy ridden into the ground. Tawny's clear. Turns around from a standing start. Kicks in towards the pocket. Now there are three Swans and Matty Richardson unable to control that piece of soap. It's over the line with 6.5 remaining in the quarter.
Hard-working game this in greasy conditions. Richardson's got 2 goals. That's 15 for the season. When he did his knee against Sydney in round 9 last year at the SCG, he'd kicked 28 in 8 games, so his pace this year is above that. And the ball is tied up in the pocket. So it's a great comeback story. There was just a brief moment early in this term when we thought he'd come off the rails. He came up limping, but he seems to be okay now.
Shannon Grant off to Dennis, and coming on is Nix. So Matthew Nix.
Talking about drawing blood with the needle. Perhaps it may have been anaesthetized a little too much, that leg. That can happen, Don.
It's interesting, Dennis, that they've given him a local, if that's the case, into a cork thigh.
So boundary throw and inside the 50. Rucks go at it. Gale, clean possession, tried to feed it back. Campbell went off the ground. Harrison. Ruse was in there. It's knocked away by Seymour. Well played. Huskus drives it towards the outer side. Miranda, the only man out there, at least initially. Nix is arriving, but too late. Pulled back by Miranda. Missed by O'Loughlin. Chance to recover. Slaps it out. Well played. This is Arnott coming away from halfback. Kicks it towards midfield. Turner's in front. It's knocked on by Rocker. There's two Tigers there. Good shepherd from Turner. Bought some time for Prescott. He pops it across to Tate, who goes in turn out wide to Michael Gale. He called his teammate out, but Kellaway, coming back with the flight of the ball, did the right thing and took the mark. Generally, the practice is to call the man in.
Just pop it over to Charles.
Kellaway inside the 50. Big leap from behind by Rocket. Play goes on. Miranda roves the pack, pulls it back. Richardson in position. Full stretch, open goal, turns around, kicks it.
And should he get another shot?
He's done it, I think, Scotty. He's signalled the push. He's given the all clear.
Surely he couldn't have given the all clear that quickly. I think he was going to pay the free kick.
Yep.
But shouldn't he get it? What about a kick after the ball's already crossed the line and then the push has occurred? Shouldn't that be another kick for goal? 2 goals?
The rule book does allow the umpire to pay the second free kick, even though he hasn't given the all clear, but Marty Ellis obviously hasn't done that.
Look, the ball's gone. There's the push. So that should have been another shot for goal.
Well, the game goes on. Richardson has now scored his third. We're back in the centre, and we have a 15-point break going the way of the Tigers.
Is there a chance, John, for an old guy to get down there with a whistle and have a go at umpiring?
You're suggesting I go back, Scott?
No, I'm just suggesting that I could just wander around out there because I seem to see a little bit more.
The mind boggles. Broderick caught by O'Loughlin. Bond tries to get it out. It's in the middle of the ground. Here's Maxfield, picks it up to Kelly. A hurried kick. It's tough inside there. And it goes down the throat of Kellaway. Now the Tigers peel off. Miranda's away. Luck gives chase. Good shepherding. Here's Richardson again. Good spoil. Tawney tried to get a kick. Huskus draws the ball in underneath him. But a bounce will take place.
Miranda's been very good. Yep. Very influential. 23 possessions.
Yes, same as Campbell. Both picking up 23 to date with over a quarter remaining. Gale caught one high and is going to be free kick. So Benny has a chance to kick his second, and Sydney, after holding Richmond so well and fighting their way back, with the goals here, these 2 goals in as many minutes, it's going to undo that work to a certain degree.
Now what's happened here, and a smart play by the Sydney guy standing on the mark, as Gale was going down fixing up his boot, they came off the mark. Now he doesn't know, I don't think, where the actual mark is because they stood back off it. And here's Creswell running up on the mark.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't.
He's goal. Benny Gale has his second. A steadier for Richmond. It's 8-13, plays 5-10. Now they lead by 21 points.
Yes, well, they were only 9 points up, and here's the free kick. Big fella following up, good second effort. Huskus, well, he could have done a little better there because he has given away this goal. Didn't look a good kick off the boot, did it, by Gale? Nonetheless, it found its mark.
Back in the middle, not a good bounce. Charles knocked it down, but socked off the ground by Kelly inside the attacking 50 for the Swans. Bauer Gets it out of the defensive area. Harrison quickly to Michael Gale. Strong tackle got him down. Seymour was the tackler. Back to Harrison. It was knocked away by Luff, who shows grand recovery. Still he goes, finding his way past friend and foe. Chapman upends Bond. Could have almost been a free. Chapman's at the base of that. Look at that. That's an involuntary melee, I think, that one. And Chapman threw himself in there. Well played. And the Swans sensing it slipping away now. They got to within 5 points, but the Tigers have responded like a good side. Charles was shepherded. He collided with Kelly on his approach to the ball, and he'll get the free.
But Kelly wasn't there shepherding. He was just caught under the ball.
Here's Charles. Kicks it out wide. Tawney goes to the boundary line. 8-13, 5-10. Richardson leads to the 50. Now goes back. The ball still comes in his direction. He's outnumbered 3-1. Miranda again, waiting behind, lurking. Socket off the ground there by Broderick. Philandia deep in his own defensive area. Throws it on the boot. Back towards the wing. Michael Gale, terrific. Body to body with Luff and beat him. And Luff's had a good afternoon. But then Gale gives the ball away. And that's going to be 50. Called against Charles.
Hayden Kennedy's construed that Justin Charles took him to the ground after he took the mark. If we see it again here, Justin Charles is not part of the marking contest, and he drags him to the ground after he's marked the footy.
Chapman told to play on 60 metres out, misread the initial lead from Lockett. Now it spills behind. Gaspar took too long, picked up by Nix, pokes it towards the goal, close to the line, escorted across by Tape, out of bounds, boundary throw in.
He's done exceptionally well, Tape, over the last, I was going to say couple of months, but the last 10-12 games he's done exceptionally well for Richmond. Gale off the ground too, and Rogers coming on.
Rocker, Tawney could have been held. Play goes on. Kelly, but pulls it too far and out of bounds on the full.
That's Michael Gale, Sandy 2, number 1 for Richmond, not his brother Brendan.
So inside the last minute of this third quarter. With Richmond extending their lead and Sydney desperate for a goal in this last minute or so. Turn along towards half-back. Charles and Rogers both waiting at the back. Over it comes to Miranda. Flicks it round the corner towards Bond. Off hands and over the line on centre wing. Rodney Eade, Sydney coach. Damien Drum there also, his assistant. Another throw in. Still virtually on the wing. Peter Philandia picked up 17 possessions. Stafford and Charles. Won by Charles, but it's Creswell who gets it down towards Kickett. He hugs the boundary line, but he doesn't hug it tightly enough. It goes over on the full, and Tawney brings it back into play. Back again towards centre wing. Stafford comes over the top of Roos and Gale and co. Forces it over the line. So a stalemate to close out the quarter. There is Rodney Eade after a woeful start against Adelaide. His side has bounced back. He's tasted victory. Whether he will today remains to be seen. Broderick has a free kick, but it will not mean any addition to the score. Gale has it, and he's 85 metres out. Don't worry, Benny. It's three-quarter time. And after leading by 11 points at quarter time, Richmond stretched it to 17 at half time, and they now find themselves with a 21-point break. As we commence the final quarter here at Waverley, in front of a crowd of 33,847, very good attendance, and the Tigers leading by 21 points. Kick it in the middle. Play umpire goes down, but play goes on as Naish picks it up. It was Gale up towards the half-forward line. Daffy didn't quite get a good bounce. An opportunity for Seymour to clear. Back towards the middle. Rogers wants a kind bounce. Kickett is there also. Rogers tries to tap it on. Luff waits at the back. Needs someone going past, and he's got Stuart Maxfield. Maxfield looks to the forward line. He wants Lockett. He's got it.
Yes, that's fair enough too. He had control of it, and just by sticking the arm up, bringing it down to ground. But Lockett actually did control that ball. You watch here, Maxfield. There's the hole, see, and then the arm pulled away. And he's already kicked 3 goals, 4 to the big full forward. Actually looks much fitter than what he did when he was at St Kilda. Muscle definition in the upper part of the body.
This to make the margin 15 points and to give Sydney just the start they want. From 35 metres, Tony Lockett has kicked the goal. Great start.
1 in each of the quarters of football that's been played so far. Tony Lockett. And here's Maxfield. He is a prodigious kicker of the football. Most left footers are very good kicks. I don't know why. And from centre wing, he sends it long and quick into the forward line.
Starting the day, he'd kicked 61 goals in 13 games against the Tigers, with a best of 9. That was for the Saints. Stafford and Charles out of there by Kickett, down towards half forward. Gray backed himself against the bouncing ball. Broderick missed it. Picked up by Chapman. Throws it on the boot. High one down towards half forward. Kelly has slipped in behind the defence. Up comes Lockett. Frame from behind, holding the ball. Well done by Gaspar. Not easy to get the arms around there. Gaspar out wide. This is Bauer. Thought about it. Stopped. Looping hand pass. Releases Prescott around the outer side. Goes low down towards half forward. Great courage by Philandia going back. Huskis gained about 15 metres, but the mark is taken by Gale. So Richmond will go inside the 50, one would think. Benny Gale kicks towards the pocket. Richardson deep in that pocket. In front, Huskis. Hand passes towards the boundary line. And it's escorted across by Campbell and Philandia. So boundary throw in just outside the 50. The early going of the final term. Sydney starting the quarter 21 points down. And already they've made some inroads. Gale and Ruse. Won by Gale, Tawney and Philandia. Out of bounds again.
Rocker going off and Michael O'Loughlin coming in for Sydney.
The Swans finishing on the breeze. Has dropped a little. This is Broderick. Tawney spins out of trouble. Nicely done from just outside the 50. Tumbles it down towards full forward. Dunkley, brilliantly done. Heads for the boundary line. Deserves to get it across. With other ideas is Campbell. Didn't have the ball. Diving in was Kickett. It was well played too by Maxfield, who corralled Campbell. And the umpire calls for it. So good play all around. Dunkley backed himself against that one. It came in awkwardly.
Wry smile from Wayne Campbell. It's the bounce again. Gale goes over the top, hoping to get someone going past. Tawney tries to do it. It's socket off the ground, not on the full. There'll be another throw. Kevin Dyson. Quiet day for him. Paul Ruse. Fairly quiet day for him too. 9 and 5. Kickett steals it out the back door. Does it nicely, but the kick is high towards the half-back flank. Bond just inside 50. Look at Kelly. Apply the pressure. Cresswell hugging the boundary line. Troy Luff. Sydney out of trouble as Luff swings play in towards the middle, towards Chapman. He's a real little terrier. Hang on to it for a long time. The umpire said play on to Lockett. Suddenly a goal here, and Sydney are right back in this game. They're not out of it now. But from 21 points to 15 to 9. .44 to Tony Lockett today. Kicking from 47 metres. An important one for Sydney, and he's got it. Sydney are back.
Well, the big fellow's responding at the right time. Just watch the body language, and as soon as he'd let that ball go, he walked back very coolly, Tony Lockett, an indication that he'd kicked it. That's his 5th goal. Not a classic build-up. They really had to graft to get that ball down into the forward line, but Lockett in front of Gaspar.
So the margin is 9 points. One down by Charles. Oh, Daffy, the meat in the sandwich there. Well, the duck in the sandwich, and we'll have a bounce. In fact, he's going to get a free kick. Well, I don't know why. Perhaps it was high. Daffy kicks inside the 50. It's knocked away by Luff down there. Here's Dunkley. Heads towards the boundary line. Keeps it going. Rogers in the opposite direction. Philandia taps away. That's been his role in this quarter, knocking the ball across the boundary line. What did they pay back in the middle, John?
I didn't see a signal, Dennis, so I'm really not sure what he paid there. It was almost as if he decided to bounce the ball, and then when he got in there, paid the free kick.
Why not? Well, the ruckman touched it. Coming away, Cresswell down towards half forward. Tate missed it, went to the ground. So as a result, a golden opportunity here. This is Nix inside the 50. Question of accuracy. He's got it. They're inside a goal. Sydney storming home.
Well, great use of the body. He put Tate underneath the ball, then just aided the situation by pushing just a little bit further. Nix, watch this. Creswell there, open space. Lockett and his opponent Gaspar, the only players in front of young Nix, and through he goes. We've got a ball game.
3 points the margin. Sydney fans roaring here at Waverley. Stafford tries to win it out of the centre for them. It's not out yet. Picked up by Huskis, but the kick partly smothered. In comes Campbell for the Tigers, and he wobbles it down to the half-forward line. Again, Sydney defend, and their defence has been put under enormous pressure today, and they've withstood the test and now are really challenging. Bauer goes to the outer side. Rogers. They're inside 50, Richmond. Can they answer the challenge? Gale wants the mark. That's Benny. This is Michael. Gives it away to the duck. Daffy round his body. In towards the forward pocket region. Richardson a little late. Philandia through. Gets the hand pass away. Towards his teammate in Seymour. Brad Seymour has a look down towards the half-back flank. Kicks wide towards the boundary line. A perfect kick. And suddenly Sydney on the run. Nix towards centre wing, towards Paul Roos, and he holds it.
Good mark.
What a turnaround by Sydney. 21 points down at three-quarter time and looking down the barrel. They are just 3 down, and Lockett marks, but he's a long way out. Too far out. Troy Luff will drop back into the square. He lets one go. Does Tony Lockett? He may not be too far out. Yes, just. But a booming punt. One behind the result, and we have a 2-point ball game.
What a big kick. That wasn't a torpedo. That was just the old flat mongrel punt, and it shows the power and the timing that that man does possess.
Rogers from the back pocket. Well, he wanted to kick to the space, but Kickett made that space, and he may make him pay.
Good
Lockett.
mark. Great mark.
Had to beat a couple.
Oh, hang on.
Got back.
No, there might be a free kick for shepherding against Gus. No, the umpire hasn't paid it.
Play goes on. Charles towards the half-back flank.
He used his hands to push him out.
John Russo, did he use his hands to push him out?
Well, it certainly looked like it from here, but Hayden Kennedy got bowled over at centre-half forward, so he was really struggling to make position there, and that's something that has to be borne in mind. He was caught behind the 8 ball because he'd been bowled over moments earlier.
Still plenty of time, so plenty to look forward to here. Grandstand finish. The margin is 2 points. Richmond lead. Thrown in. Charles behind. Reaches over the top. Cresswell controlled it to his own advantage. Comes back. Gathers the bouncing ball. Kicks inside the 50. Lockett from behind. Gaspar got it on the ground. Lockett the recovery. Sweeping hand pass out wide to another veteran. Roos for the lead off his step, and he's got it. Swans in front. Remarkable.
Sure is, Dennis, and in football there's an old adage, or in most things, in business, whatever, never give a sucker an even break. And Richmond have certainly been the better side today, but they've taken their foot off the accelerator. They just haven't kept that momentum up, and now they may pay the penalty because they're up and they're going, Sydney.
Back in the middle. 4 points the margin, and it favours Sydney. On a roll at the moment here at Waverley. Stafford could have been held. Barr through for the Tigers. Tumbling it towards the middle. Taken by Gale. Off to the run of Broderick. Now it's Richmond's turn to answer the challenge. Almost taken on the half volley by Richardson. Daffy is there to assist. He gets taken out of it. Pushed to the ground. Sydney defence again stands strong. Pushed back towards centre wing. And pushed over the line for a throw-in by Jamie Tape in opposition to Nix. 12 and a half minutes left here at Waverley in this game.
Michael Gale going down half back now for Richmond. He was off the ground, if we remember. What are they doing on the forward line?
Tony Jewell and Robert Walls looking concerned in the Tiger camp, and well they may, because it's been all Sydney.
Scott Turner, Sandy's going down. He's going down on the forward line.
Richmond haven't added to their score in this final quarter.
Alex Oshenko in the box there too, with Rodney Eade in the Sydney box. Former North Melbourne ruckman, Brisbane Bear ruckman and West Coast ruckman.
Greswold and Daffy. Tawney through, but a free kick going against Nick Daffy. Gives it across to Derek Kickett. Floating kick, beautiful take on the half volley by Michael Gale, but an equally good smother by Kickett. She's warming up now as Broderick picks it up, kicks to centre wing, and it's taken by Turner.
Right on the wing. Turner down towards the attacking 50. Richardson, what a strong mark.
There's just no way, when the ball's put out like that and Richardson on the lead, you're going to do anything.
Plays on from 60 metres towards the top of the score. Magnificent mark by Campbell.
They needed something heroic, and it came on that occasion. Won by Richardson, led out. There's nobody quicker. Maybe Alistair Lynch in that situation. He's pretty quick too over the ground. The pack picking itself up, but it was Campbell. A high ball from Richardson, and Campbell, the heroic stuff. Look, ball up high, hoping. The big men put themselves under the butt. A good chest mark. Can he convert?
This for a 2-point lead. Tigers back in front.
Now we've got a game. That'll certainly lift Richmond. And they realise they'll have to really put it on now. Great mark out in front. There's just nothing a defender can do when a ball's put in such a way to the forward. And this crowd has come alive. They realise the seriousness of this situation. Roos going down back.
Goal for goal out in the middle. It's Broderick for Richmond, who've regained the lead. How long will it be for, however, as Luff looks down towards Lockett territory. One-hander! Yes!
Gee, goal for goal.
Tony Lockett has booted 5 goals for.
Been a fairly ordinary game, but now excitement coming at the right time. Well within kicking distance.
This to give Sydney a 4-point lead. Kicking from 45 metres, very deliberate. And he's goal. They're back in front again.
Well, his body language is an indication when Lockett lets the ball go. When he's casual and walking back, you know it's straight through the centre. Roos getting the tap on. And that was young Simon Arnett involved. And Gasper just a little bit too far away. I know he can't play body on body, but he's a better athlete and should have been a little closer. He could have punched that ball away.
Tony Lockett, 6 for the afternoon. 19 on the season. Stafford, clean possession, great balance, then gave it away though. Prescott kicks down towards half forward for the Tigers. Can they get a quick response? The hand pass from Gale to Harrison, down towards the 50. Grimly determined, Richardson comes up hard, diving in. Dunkley finds the boundary line.
Dennis, now it's the little things, isn't it? In front, because the ball's going to be very, very hot. If you can just maintain or get possession, feed it off. They're the things that count in such a tight situation.
One of the duels of the afternoon, Dunkley and Richardson. Richardson's got 3 goals. Dunkley has been very resolute back there. Gray and Gale. Could have been a hand on the shoulder. Free kick to Gale. It comes to Harrison in any case.
That's a free kick.
The pocket Ruse. Got a fist on it. Landia hits for the boundary again. Kept in initially. Now Tawney is bundled across with the ball, and it will be thrown in.
You can't call those from back here, Scotty. 200 metres away.
Angle is bad, you've got to admit, Don.
Don't you sit on the fence.
I'm not. I'm with John. There's the throw in. Gale in front, knocked down by Gray. Landia, he's mastered this. He's got it out of bounds again. Throw it in again, says the umpire. He was a little nervous that time for Landia, spinning around to have a look at the umpy. I would say that's half a dozen that Landia's put across the boundary. Robert Walls, when he was at Brisbane, had a great record against these Sydney Swans. Lost only once over the years. Gale, well, that's got to be a free. The angle was better that time. He was thumped. Well, no doubting that. And you wonder why Stafford isn't pushing back into that back pocket. That's twice now that Gale has been required to do the ruck work, Don.
And Dennis, this man here is the best knock ruckman as far as a forward goes in the AFL. His palming is really quite exceptional. There's nobody else who plays forward and does the contesting who hits the ball like this man here.
We're looking at another lead change right here. They're down by 4 points, the Tigers, and Gale is going for his 3rd. This to regain the lead then from about 25 metres out. Slides it across the face. He's missed.
Well, at least it stays down there, doesn't it?
The old 7-point play, eh? The margin is 3 points.
Well, here's a free kick. Actually, Gray should have been in front. You never give a fellow like that a chance of getting in front.
Not if you're going to do that, Don. That's the perfect spot.
Landia. Now, Sydney have all gone back for the long kick. There's no one in short. They've spread themselves. What's Landia going to do? Maybe better to go long.
Well, he tries to, but it's taken by Rogers. Now, the distance may test him. He's going to be kicking from outside 50.
There.
It's a high floater in towards the square. Plenty of pushing and shoving. The fist came from Andrew Dunkley, and another behind goes on the board.
Still plenty of time, Sandy, too.
Oh, yes, we've got almost 9 minutes left. There's a nervous Rodney Eade heads to the phone, and Derek Kickett this time.
He's got short options, Kickett.
And he takes one of them. This is Cresswell, who goes longer towards centre wing. It's not a good kick. Trying to find Chapman, but not successful. Now suddenly Broderick can give it to Rogers. He goes up towards half forward, and again falling down there because of that kick, the mark taken by Andrew Dunkley. Dunkley goes short. Across the ground towards Ruse, and now Kickett will swing onto the left foot. Poke it wide. Arnott takes the mark. Up towards right half forward. Luff was the target. Couldn't take the mark. We've got a throw in as Michael Gale picks himself up to play out the final 8 minutes or so. Tigers look to have the edge in the first 3 quarters, gradually extending their lead, but suddenly Sydney coming with a rush. Chapman trying to get it across to his teammate there in Dyson. He has it locked up by Daffy Duck. And we'll find ourselves with another bounce.
Just looking around the ground, everybody, it's a one-on-one situation there. No loose man anywhere.
Stafford tries to flick it out the back. Prescott's a chance. Gets boot to ball very quickly. Taken out was Harrison. Tawney Gives it back to that player again who's picked himself up, and he kicks up towards the 50. Look at that for desperation.
That was
Great contest. That was a great contest, wasn't it, from both players? Both players, terrific contest. Look at Richards in front, and look at the desperation by Dunkley coming over the top.
So Richardson from 54 metres bombs it in, but in going for distance has put it out of bounds on the full in the left forward pocket.
Short one to Kelly.
Dunkley's hurt himself too. He's signalling to the bench.
The timing is bad. Kelly towards the wing. Rocker outnumbered. Tape so good early. Michael Gale can't keep it in. So boundary throw in.
All players up on this, around this boundary throw in. It's just Richmond's side of the wing, centre of the wing.
They're down by 2 points. Stafford in front. Charles, the 2:15s at the second attempt. Stafford spikes it back towards the boundary. Out she goes. Miranda, who's been a terrific player this afternoon.
Lockett's got the 50-metre semicircle in which to work. He and Gasper, plenty of room. Every other player up the ground from Sydney.
Animated. Rodney Eade. Tossed in. Stafford again and Charles. This time the Tiger wins it. Helped on its way by Bond. Harrison couldn't control it. Kick it brilliantly done. Across to Gray. Not a particularly good clearing kick taken by Prescott. Looking for Richardson. Oh, superb. Dunkley. That has been absorbing. Dunkley towards the outer side. Who's got the foot speed? Luff, who's been a good player, was tackled by Rogers. Regains the ball. Tackled by Rogers again. Picked up by Chapman in the grasp. Stood up in the tackle. Got it to Cresswell. Floats it inside the 50. Courage wanted. Lockett got it on the ground. He knocked it away from Michael Gale unfairly.
Who's the free kick going to? Gasper, but the courage of Gale.
Over the shoulder was the call. Gale came back. I thought it was going to be his. Bowers got the ball on the outer side. Up from the back pocket. Kicks close to the boundary line. This is Rogers.
He's hurt himself, Gale, too. He's still a little ginger, but geez, tough.
Meantime, it's unrelenting. Bond with dash. Down towards half forward. Worked out of it. Could have been pushed in the back. Slapped out of there by Seymour. Daffy. Picked up by Kickett. Kept his head well.
Time to steady now, and he gives it to Troy Gray, who runs his full distance. Kicks up towards half forward. Lockett's a long way out and trying to do the work from behind. Chapman is claimed. Lockett tries to paddle it clear to Rocker. He's successful. Here's Nick's hand pass.
Just
it's not
too
good.
long.
And Luff will pick it up. They've still got possession. O'Loughlin too long over the football. It is desperate out there at the moment as Chapman picks himself up.
When a footballer's got it, he's got to give off the instantaneous thing, purely the reflexive thing, and on that occasion Nix didn't. He's thought about it and he mucked it up. Had he have done the reflex thing, given it off first, they would have capitalised.
2 points the margin. Sydney lead into their attacking zone. 5 minutes or so remaining. Rocker crashes into Bauer. It's up over the centre now. Gray and Turner. Welcome back, Scott Turner. Gives it away to Tawney. A long bomb in towards the forward line, but he's off target. And out of bounds on the full.
5 minutes left, Sandy.
Yep, still anyone's game. Maxfield from the back pocket. Goes to the outer side and a big pack of players, including Stafford, who runs into Turner. Kickett was also there. Creswell picks it up now for Sydney. Darren Creswell comes across the ground to the wing. Where are the speedsters? Gale.
Good use of the body.
Wearing him like a glove. Harrison in trouble. Miranda. Up almost to the 50. And again, a sensational effort by Andrew Dunkley.
He's hurt himself. Look, he's been carrying that injury. He's a tough customer, isn't he?
Gives it to Philandia.
He's really hurt himself this time. He hurt himself when the ball went over. He gave away the free kick to Richardson. But this is the courage of the man. He got a ball out wide earlier and he just kept going.
Well, he disfigured a behind post last week against Collingwood. Now he's hobbling back towards the goal square. Meantime, Stafford and Charles changes his tactics. He goes in front, knocked down by Stafford though, wide of the pack. Miranda tracks it back. Still Miranda over the ball. Well played to the advantage of Prescott to Michael Gale. In towards half order. It's a telling kick. It's a beauty. Rogers has it about 60 metres out. Richardson storms out wide. Richardson got away from Dunkley. Dunkley, hampered by that injury, couldn't go with him. And now Richardson, a chance to kick his fourth and put Richmond back in front. They trail by 2 points. 3:35 remaining.
I don't think it's a running type injury, but Dunkley's suffering, but Richardson really quick. That's his great asset.
Richardson from just inside the 50. It's across the face. It's a behind.
A point to
could we found?
70 plays 71. Just over 3 minutes left. Derek Kickett going short down the throat of Paul Roos.
He down on the fence.
Goes short again to Seymour.
Long. The rocker was a flyer. Nick's in there. Gale tries to sock her off the ground. Prescott taken to the ground. Look at those Sydney Swans and Arnott.
It's good umpiring too. They're letting it go.
Roderick. Curry favour.
Grant warming up on the boundary for Sydney.
On centre wing. Bond almost rode Kelly. It's socket off the ground. Almost down to the 50. Harrison is there for Richmond. Can't take it cleanly, and again Sydney bottle it up.
2.5 minutes left. An anxious Robert Walls.
Tony Jewell doesn't look as... Look, it's a quiet Sunday afternoon at home. 2:22 left. Gale couldn't take it. Here's a chance for Tawney. He shrugs the tackle. He gives it to Bond. Bond for goal!
Yes! Oh, hang on, there's a free kick.
Free kick on the last line of defence, and the Tiger Scarves are going to have to go down.
Well, I'm not sure Dunkley could have reached that ball in any case.
That's not the point, Dennis.
Well, I thought the player was simply storming back at goal.
Look at Dunkley. He's tough. Well, it's amazing the threshold that some players have got when it comes to pain. He's certainly showing he's got a really high... No, see, even too high.
That's a kick. No, you're right.
So back towards the centre wing area once again. Sydney may have been given a chance. Prescott will chip short. It's effective, but time is ticking away. Picked up by Campbell. Wayne Campbell. What's he got down in that forward line? He's got to go long. A floating kick. He needs a big mark. No one there is able to take it. Bond puts his body over the ball, but it's slewed away. Now Kelly has a chance for Sydney. Bauer chases. Kelly surges it forward, gathering valuable metres as far as Benny Gale. Keeps it in play towards Bauer. Bauer hooks back over 50, and it's a mark taken by Bond.
He's got to move it quickly, and he's got to put a high ball up. Sydney got the numbers.
Bond offering has a look at goal.
Gee, look at the players down there.
They're down by a point. He's kicking from 51 metres. He gets underneath it, floats it high into the pocket. No one able to take it. Daffy looks for a free kick for one taken high. There'll be a bounce. Oh, the tension, the pressure as Hayden Kennedy comes in for the last minute.
The Swans by a point. What a finish. Sydney 21 points down at three-quarter time. They've shown plenty. And the Tigers now, last roll of the dice time, off hands and out of bounds. Clock frozen at 46 seconds. Nothing the coaches can do. Rodney Eade down on the boundary. Robert Wall staying up in the box. At the start of the season, the Tigers would have figured this for a win. It'll be a bad loss for them. Can they pull something out here? Charles knocked away by Roos. O'Loughlin, loose ball about 20 metres out. Philandia throws it on the boot. Charles told to play on, upended by Kickett. We're down to 30 seconds. In goes Maxfield. O'Loughlin's there as well, and a ball up.
Dennis, since the Swans have started to claw their way back at the start of the third quarter, it's been a fantastic contest, hasn't it?
Absolutely. Rodney Eade can't watch. Head in his hands there. 24 seconds to go. A point the difference.
Gee, they're all up centre of the ground.
About 35 metres out from goal. Rucks go at it. A brave umpire couldn't call something in there. Down goes Tawney. Slapped out to O'Loughlin. O'Loughlin clears the zone. One doubts Richmond have got the time now. The ball is still running. Well played by the big man. Lockett sockers at Goldwood, consuming valuable time, and he goes again. There's the siren. Sydney have won. What about that? They've plucked it out of nowhere. The Swans' early goals in the final term, and then they have stood toe-to-toe with Richmond and